Hi, I'm Paris, and I've brought along a local expert in motion sickness, my daughter Roxana, to tell you about these brand new glasses that look pretty weird. Can these actually prevent or help you recover once you've experienced motion sickness? I saw a news article about a year ago about a new pair of glasses that were coming out that were supposed to be 95% effective in stopping motion sickness. These are not the originals, which go for over $100. They're from the car company Citroën, which cleverly named their glasses S-E-E, Troen. These are just inexpensive knockoffs of that design, but at the time when I read the article and I saw that they're basically just plastic glasses, there are no frames, no lens in here, that have a tube with liquid in it. I thought, man, $100 for those? I could make a pair of those for myself. But being lazy, I didn't. I actually bought these based on an Instagram ad. So sadly, yes, Instagram ads do work when they come in your feed. But you can get these on Amazon for around $10, $15, and I'll link to a very similar pair right down below this video. So Roxana, what's your experience been with motion sickness? Where do you normally experience it?
I normally experience it in the car. So like when someone's driving and I'm just kind of like sitting there, usually 20 to 30 minutes into a drive, I'll start feeling not so good.
Yeah, I'll vouch for that when we go out on Sunday drives. If the road's at all a little curvy, pretty soon I hear from the backseat, I don't feel so good, and we'll put the window down. And anyway, sometimes if we pull over, it then rests, then you feel a little better. You've tried the bracelets for motion sickness. That helps on the airplane. Has that helped in the car?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, but we're looking for other solutions, especially we thought it'd be good if it's something other than medicine that you can do so you don't get it in the first place, right? So that's where these glasses come in. Now the idea behind these, as we have both tried these out and we'll tell you about our limited experience, we're going to try them out much more intensively over the next 2 weeks on a road trip. But there's liquid that half fills each glass or each circle, and the liquid always balances itself out, the left side and the right side. As you turn them, the liquid sloshes around. So if you're wearing them, fashionable, aren't they? If you're wearing them, at first you see it and it's a little in the foreground, but we found that after you wear them a little bit, you don't see it anymore, right? You kind of you look through it, and it's like regular glasses, you don't see the frame as much, but your eyes are still aware of the liquid. So if you're having a motion that, even though your head in the vehicle is straight up and down, but because of the way the vehicle's going like that, the liquid here actually moves, you see. So this sort of creates an artificial horizon set point for your brain to work with. Because what causes motion sickness, as scientists understand it, is a disconnect between what your eyes see and what your inner ear experiences. Because your inner ear is basically a lot like these. It's these little loopy things, and there's fluid in there, and it sloshes around, and inside the fluid there's those little cilia, little hair-like things that get moved by the liquid. So they sense, head is turning, eyes see the world is like this, everything's in sync, it's good. The problem is when you're in the car and you're reading, or if you're in the plane and the windows are closed and something happens like this or like this, and according to your eyes, nothing's changed, we're not moving, but in your brain, that fluid is doing one of these. Now you got the disconnect now. Oh, I don't feel so good. That's what happens. So the idea with this is this takes the little curly things inside your inner ear full of fluid, and it takes them out of your head and it puts them right in front of your eyes. So now what you have in your peripheral vision here, because it's not only right in front of you, it's on the sides as well, is you have that artificial horizon that's going to match with what's going on with the fluid inside. So even though I'm reading the book, but then the car does this, because out here in the distance, nothing's changed, but my eyes will pick up on, here in the foreground, the fluid. So it now has validation. It can validate my inner ear and say, yes, you're right, we actually did just do that. No disconnect, no motion sickness. So what was your experience when we tried them out?
So we were going on a road trip to Buc-ee's, an amazing, awesome place, by the way.
If you don't live in Texas, you might not know Buc-ee's.
That's true. But we were going, and of course, after like 20, 30 minutes, I started feeling not so good. So we thought that would be a good time to try these out.
Very fashionable. Go ahead.
So I put these on, and it takes about 10 minutes for it to finish its process or whatever.
Whatever it does, yeah.
So during the first while, you kind of just see the glasses.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. What I found kind of interesting, which I think you mentioned also when you tried them, was that 6 or so minutes in, like, it started feeling weird.
Right.
Like, your eyes and your brain started feeling like, what?
About halfway through the recommended 10 to 12 minutes that you wear it, we both experienced something's... No, it didn't feel really bad. Like, I didn't feel sick. But how did you feel?
It felt like, I don't know, like, it's like a mini headache, but, like, not exactly a headache. Like, something weird happened, and then...
Inside your head.
Yeah.
Not with the eyes, but inside the head, right?
Yeah. And that went on for, like, 2 or so minutes. So,
right.
like, at 8 or so minutes, suddenly... you feel fine.
Right.
Like, you feel no motion sickness whatsoever. Like, the thing from before went away. And you just feel totally fine. And, like, I was able to, like, go and, like, look at a book and everything for, like, the whole rest of, like, the trip. And I felt, like, fine. Right.
And, well, because you took them off after about 12 minutes. So, and you don't have to continue to wear them. So what we're thinking is that weird feeling is sort of when your eye-brain connection gives up this as... my reference point and accepts this as the reference point, and that everything's cool. We don't have to worry about the fact that the book's here. Our horizon is good. We trust the inner ear. It's all good. Once your brain is willing to do that, then you can take them off, and they say for the duration of the trip you'll be good. But we were thinking probably once you get out of the car, you stop at a gas station or Buc-ee's, which is a fancy gas station convenience superstore out on the road. Once you go and walk around and do that, your brain resets to its primary focus, and you don't get the benefit of this again unless when you get back in the car, start driving again, you wear them again. That's our thinking, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be putting that to the test. Now, Roxana continued to use the phone, right, for another half hour.
Yeah.
With no trouble, and so that's a good sign. But we're going to try it out intensively because we're going on a 40-hour road trip over the next week. So there will be lots of hours in the cars. We're going to be in the mountains, so it'll really put it to the test. And I'll be driving, and I don't tend to get motion sickness, so you're going to be the primary tester here, and we will do a follow-up video after that experience, letting you know both how does it work as a preventative on long trips, and once you already have motion sickness, supposedly it'll stop it. It'll go away in that 10 minutes, and you'll feel fine. We'll have some video of it as it's happening. Aren't you excited to know you get to try that out? If from what you've heard from us already, you're interested in buying a pair because you're desperate to try for yourself or your kids, because I don't think kids mind wearing this dorky looking thing so much. You want to give it a try, again, there's a link down below this video. $10, $15 is all you have to pay for the knockoff version of these. I'll also link to the Citroën page where they advertise them, and you can buy them for the $100, including their information where they say they used these in a study with, I think it was people in the Navy, Air Force, I don't know, some military folk who they tried them out, and they say 95% effective in stopping and preventing motion sickness. So here's the safe travels for us and for you if you're going somewhere this summer. If you'd like an early update on how these are working for us, you can follow us on our social media because we'll post about it there before we get another YouTube video up. So you can follow Roxana on Instagram at YoSoyRoxana, and I'm on Instagram at parristx, Paris with 2 R's. We'll link to both those down below this video. And I'll see you as an actual 4 eyes on the next review.